This is a game between Bobby Fischer and Dickman in Cincinnati, 1975. It's an example of the Sicilian, which is generally thought to be black's strongest response to an E4 opening by white. Very popular. This particular variation is Alapin, which is considered a strong response by white against a general Sicilian line. So that if white starts with the E4 and black continues with the normal Sicilian response to C5, which is the asymmetrical attack on the side of the center. General response is C3, which is that one there. The rationale behind that being attacking the D4, or more specifically laying the groundwork of support so that he can advance that D pawn up to 4. So black's response usually off of this is just to go ahead and advance that pawn, and essentially go on the book line right here, and then white will take it. Then the queen will come out and take it, and then the d4 pawn is advanced. And then from here it advances. So attacking the pawn, taking the pawn, queen takes. So, and then bishop comes out, attacking the queen, trying to shoo her away from the center, and then the queen will go off to the side. So this is sort of normal, actually. Now why he does that is I'm not certain why specifically, unless he's hoping to do something with that rook coming out. So he moves that here. I'm sure I'll find out very quickly. Developing his knight. He's either gonna fianchetto his bishop there at G7, or he's going to move his e pawn forward so it make room for his bishop to come out in the middle. So I'm assuming that's what he's developed that knight in particular in this instance. And now we sort of have all 4 knights out and developed. Comes forward, moves that e pawn as I suggested a minute ago, so he can have access to the bishop and so he can castle soon. There's a response to the attack on the normal F7 square, and he brings the bishop out. So, and this is essentially leaving it far enough out of range that it can be effective, but moving out enough that the king can castle. So a queen comes out to make sure that the black queen doesn't threaten too much, and then black goes ahead and castles. Now I've seen a few of Fischer's games, and I've noticed a trend that he tends, with white, likes to attack very aggressively on the king side, and he actively uses his knights. And I don't know what it's going to do here yet, because I'm going through this game just the same as you are. But he tends to be very fast and loose with his queen. He has no fear whatsoever in sacrificing the queen if he's got a mate five moves down, and this is something a lot of people are afraid of, me included. So I generally don't think about that. For some reason, I can't get over the idea of how important the queen is, and for Fischer, he had zero problem with that. So black response is to bring the knight back up. I think seems to be a convergence of force up on this F7. As you saw, the queen went behind the bishop, and the knight's now effective here. And this is probably why black brought the knight back. Goes ahead and castles, allowing the rook to come into action. I'm guessing that he's going to move his D knight so that he can have at least an implied threat against that knight that's at D8. So H7 brings a pawn to attack the knight, and as I thought, there's no consequence with really doesn't care about his knight, and I'm sure what he's thinking is if the pawn takes him, he's going to take with his pawn, give threat to that, and have an open file here for the rook. So I'm certain that black does not really want to take here, but seeing as this is only 17 moves long, I think he probably ends up doing that to his mistake, I'm sure. Queen comes across, probably going to support that bishop, assuming that's where the attack's coming from. Queen's changed directions. I bet she's coming over here. This is what I guess. This is what Fischer likes. This must have been early on where this guy didn't realize what Fischer generally does. He generally doesn't attack on this side. He'll generally attack right in here. So, I mean, from what I've seen, I don't know all of his games, but from what I've seen, he's very aggressive in the far corner, attacking the bishop. I'm sure bishop. He probably doesn't even care. Yep, didn't even touch it. See, didn't care. Putting the knight in order. He's getting ready to bring his knight over here to take that so that he can't defend against this one here. So I already see what's happening here. Brings the pawn because he knows what's going to happen. Takes it. Bishop takes. And queen. So that's check. Oh yeah, that's mate. Can't move because of the bishop.